Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Dolly Stamper Girl. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate every subscription and every like and every comment you guys leave. It makes me feels extra special. So thank you so much. Today I am going to be working with Tryin stamping on Tuesdays sketch. This is sketch number 599. And I'll put it on the video, the sketch. And it's either you can use the sketch, you can use the inspiration, which is large words this time, or you can use both. I'm going to try to do both. We'll see how this is going to go, okay? So I have some Concord and Ninth, just amazing dies for my large words. This one says, just for you. And this one says, you are amazing. I have used the just for you a couple times. I haven't used the you're amazing, so I might actually try to use that one. We'll see how this goes. I'm just going to fold my A2 size card using my score ball. This is the old score ball. I have a brand new one that is about the same size, but has more grooves. If you notice, this sketch was designed to be used landscape, but my dies are pretty substantial. I'm using the You Are Amazing, like we said, from Concord and Ninth, and they can barely fit if I try to make the card landscape. So I'm just going to show you in a second there. See, I wanted to use the shadow, and the shadow doesn't even fit there. So then my first change is I'm going to rotate this sketch, and I'm going to do a portrait card, and that is completely fine. You can rotate, you can change however you want the sketch to fit your needs. Okay, let's keep going. So that's the first change. I'm going to rotate my sketch. Second one is I see three. You have the light teal, which is one color, which I don't know if I'm going to leave it white or I might use one of these three papers. That's my background. Second one is the purple, and the third one is that banner at the top. Banner at the top, I'm still considering if I'm going to do paper or ribbon or a paper ribbon combination. So let's start with those purple stripes. I think I'm going to go with the purple stripes. These are double-sided, but I think these are my favorite sides, so that's why I'm putting it this way. I'm gonna go with this guy. I like that. Okay, so I do 5. I know that seems like a big border, but the sketch kind of looks like it has a big border too. I'm gonna go 5 inches wide. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that's good. You see it? That's really good. I like it. And I'm gonna say 2.5. Eyeballing it. 2.5 for the first one. Oh, I like that. And then the other one, I think I'm gonna rotate it so it's not the same side. I'm gonna go, what do you guys think? 1/2 inch? Actually, might like this to become my 1/2 inch piece. Let's see. Let's see how 1/2 inch works. So that would be there. This would go here. Oh, I like that. The 1/2 inch was the winner. Okay. And then it's going to have a rectangle on top of it. So now the question is, do I stay wide? Which is looks pretty darn good to me. Or do I go like this? This might be a little too much. Definitely too much. So I'm going to stay here. But I do want to add some interest to that background. So I'll think about how I'm gonna do that. Um, I still need to figure it out how I'm gonna do the banner. I feel like too much flowers. The banner should be in this. And I'm thinking the banner would be at least 1.5. I'm thinking between 1 and 1.5. I think 1.5 should be good. So let's see how my 1.5 cut looks. I might need to be darker.
I decided to do a partial die cutting for the shadow here. I put a line with my square ruler and I'm just using the wording actually to be straight. I'll pull it out. I'm going to do partial die cutting on the right side of this, but only on the first layer because I want to put a different cardstock that shows through. Um, and I did do the partial die cutting, but my plate moved. So I cut a little bit extra, but I'm still gonna go for it. What I am gonna end up doing is I'm gonna cut a little bit inside that line that I did with pencil. I'm gonna erase my pencil lines. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut an extra piece of my shadow. I'm just gonna put it on top of it. Plus, when I put my strip of paper, that is going to be completely covered. You'll see.
Okay, here's my extra piece. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to glue this sucker on top of this.
And it's just perfect. This is going to work out. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting everything, this card together. We're going to start putting our strips for our sketch. Remember that we rotated our sketch, and I'm going to make sure that strip that is thinner, it's going to be budding with the end of that partial die cutting. Okay. And when I turn it around, I notice that, wait a minute, have this ever happened to you that you turn around your paper and suddenly you decide to change the pattern, they use the back of the pattern. It happens to me all the time. It's just, I find it so funny. So I was sure that I was going to go with this orange paper, but at the last minute, when I was about to glue it, I saw that perfect strip of circles. And I was like, oh, that's the way I have to go. Okay. So I am erasing a little bit of extra glue that I had over there. Make sure that your hands are clean when you try to remove it with your fingers. Always use an eraser, so much better. And I'm going to put my thicker strip, making sure that all my sides have about the same frame around it. Making sure that it's super glued down. Look how pretty those look. It's so much better than if I had left it just the other side. And now this is going to cover that strip. It's going to hold in place that extra piece that I die cut it by accident. Now I am looking to see what pattern am I gonna put in the back. I really like this stripe, but like stripe on top of stripe. Like I think it's too much. Then I said, oh, maybe if I put it on diagonal. And I saw the flowers like, you know what, these flowers might actually work just because I introduced those circles. So I am going to cut a strip that has some of the reds and the greens, and then I'm going to turn it around. And this one, it's mostly greens and oranges. And I'm putting them together. And I kind of like that, but it's a lot of flowers. And then I saw this and I'm like, I like the contrast, but I'm like, that turquoise is coming out of nowhere. And this is where I remember, oh, wait a minute. I have this little flag that I need to add that is part of the sketch. And that flag suddenly, like the turquoise, makes sense. Then I'm like, I still want to try the stripes in a diagonal form. So I'm just cutting, making sure that I have enough for 5.5. And then I do have some enough. So I'm going to cut it and make sure that I'm using that straight edge against my 1 inch, and then cutting to 5.5, which is the size of the height of my A2 card. Now we're
Let's see.
putting.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I like that. Better than that. That's the question. Yeah, I do like it better. Oh, hold your horses. This green is the same green. We are going to like got that right there. You guys see it? Come on, how perfect is that? Meant to be.
Okay, so for this sentiment, you can do it two ways. You can either use the letters and spell out "you are amazing" like this, or you can use the actual frame that this die creates, which is the way that I'm going. This is like so much more impactful. First, I'm gonna glue all the rest of the pieces, my interior diagonal paper strip that I created by cutting at an angle. It's just perfect. I love it. The only thing I would have done different is I would have put the green stripes to the bottom, but that is perfectly. And I'm going to use my Bearly Arts glue and just run a line of glue around the entire sentiment. I am only doing the sentiment once. If you want more dimension, you can cut this sentiment a few times and it would look really, really good. So give it a try if you want a little bit more dimension, okay? Almost done here. Okay. As soon as I finish adding my glue, I'm going to put it in that extra piece of shadow layer that I created when I did the boo on my partial die cutting. Just moving around a little bit, making sure that it's nice and stuck. And then when I put it over, I realized it's a little flat, so I am going to do a few more cuts of this. I'm also adding all the insides of the letters. I kept them all, so like I am pushing, so they kind of end up in the right place. One of them worked, the other one, the Fairly Arts glue is already drying. I gotta be a little bit faster than what I am with this glue. I think I should have done one word at a time. Okay, now that it's ready, I'm going to glue my little banner. Before that, since my banner is gonna be out, like it's gonna be glued and partly on top of the orange layer, but partly also on top of the card base. I'm gonna making this tiny strip of cardstock just so when I glue everything down, it is like leveled and it won't look bumpy. Okay, that's all I'm doing here. Then I'm just gonna glue that little banner there, ensure that it's nice. Glue down. Now I'm gonna put.
And now I just need to maybe put a little bit of sparkly things. What do you all think? Gold? Usually, if I have blues, I go with silver. If I have reds and oranges, I go with gold. But we have both colors here. So let's see. Let's get one of these big. I like that. I'm gonna get one of the super big ones. If I can open it to go on this big guy.
The only thing left is just put a few more of my golden bling. I'm like trying, but it seems too much. And then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go simple and remove those two. I'm gonna glue what I have set up here, and I'm gonna glue my sentiment, and I am done. This is the Try Stamping on Tuesdays sketch number 599, and your twist, if you want to add, is big text or big words. I'll finish part. And this is the finished part. If you like my content, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. If you leave a comment, I will make sure that I answer any questions you have. Bye.